Live. We're live. Hi. Hi, everyone. It looks as though we're ready to go. We are live. Let me mute some computers so that we don't have some goofy things happening. How's everybody? Did you notice that our muse today was obviously not really planned in advance? But I thought it would be a great opportunity to celebrate not just his face, obviously, John Lewis, congressman here, who just passed away. Probably last night, maybe this morning. I didn't read the details. I hope everybody is doing okay. And it looks as though a lot of you are already here. Hi, California, UK, Montreal, Quebec, Germany. Wow, Alaska. I'm really impressed. This is so cool. New Brunswick, Canada. My gosh, I would just, if oh, Pennsylvania, hi. Malaysia, oh my goodness. So, Malaysia, it's midnight right now, Jessica. Jeez, that's amazing. Paris, Cathy Serou, bonjour. This is great. Okay, so guys, and Jenny from California, thank you, Jenny, for always being here. This is so great. I decided we were going to draw in pencil, even though you guys know that we are in the middle of 30 Faces, 30 Days Procreate edition. I would have been very tempted to draw John Lewis today in Procreate. Um, but, pencil, I had not done a live in pencil in a little while. So why not, right? Okay, so why don't we start? First, I would like to tell everybody, if you don't have one, you should get your hands. Hi, Rick. And oh my gosh, somebody from Israel. This is amazing. I mean, are we covering every continent just about? Yeah, I would like to tell everybody today, and this is not, me being sponsored by them, but I would encourage everybody to have a Moleskine sketchbook. I have smaller Moleskines, even though this is considered a large. What you see here is my large Moleskine. So you see it's not very big. Okay, I have my little California sticker on there. This is a little less than half of an A4 page, those of you who know that format. And what I have here in front of me is the extra large Moleskine, which is twice that. So what I have right there on my desk is two Moleskines. Yeah, if I can just show it to you, let me push my iPad. See, it's big, right? So if I were to compare, this is the front of the Moleskine, and this is the front of the other Moleskine. So you see the other Moleskine is half the size. So it takes two Moleskines like this to make this one. So this is an A4 extra large Moleskine. Yeah, you have the large one, Nora. Okay. My daughter is also a big fan of Moleskines. So guys, we're gonna draw in a Moleskine. I'm gonna draw in a Moleskine. And why am I asking you to get your hands on a Moleskine? It's because it's really a different experience. The paper is very smooth. Not as, in my opinion, great quality of paper as it used to be back like maybe 15 years ago. Those Moleskines are really like just a different quality. Um, but it's a great thing to carry around. It's rigid enough that you can just have it on your lap. So if you're drawing with pencil today and you have a Moleskine, I would say, yeah, get your hands on your Moleskine. Okay, my tools. I think I'm gonna go with my HB Faber-Castell Jumbo. I'm talking to you as if hold on, let me switch cameras. All right, so I'm going to start with my Faber-Castell Jumbo HB, just to lay the foundation, because we're dealing with a profile and a lot of light reflection. And then I think I'm going to go with this Faber-Castell, which is 6B graphite. It's just a stick of graphite, and it's just nice and dark. Now, in order to achieve a darker result, we're going to have something underneath this page. Teresa, you're asking how different is it from Bristol Vellum? This is Different because the vellum has a little bit of a texture that this doesn't have at all. So this is more like a Bristol. Let me show you what this would be the equivalent of of a smooth Bristol, if you will. This is a Canson. I love this brand. It's more like this, but this Bristol is much thicker than the page of a Moleskine, so it would give you maybe a little more of a, uh, it's just more satisfying to draw on a thicker piece of paper, in my opinion. Okay, excellent. So HB, 2B LEDs, and 6B, 7. Oh, that's great. That's great. You guys are equipped. Okay. Okay, Jenny. Excellent question. If we are using Procreate, what brush would you recommend today? I would go with two different things, Jenny. Okay. Are you ready? If you're using Procreate, go with either, you know, my favorite combo of 6B compressed charcoal to lay the foundation and then 6B pencil. I would go with either that, or you go with chalk. Chalk, which allows you, like, you know, that thick setting to do your foundation, but not maybe in all opacity, like halfway. So either, I think, would work really well. I think my natural proclivity would be to go with 6B compressed charcoal and then 6B pencil, Jenny. I don't know how comfortable you are with these personally, but I think that would be my, looking at the original photo, which by the way is by Pete Souza, who was the official photographer of the White House. And I found this online because it was for non-commercial reuse. Can I speak today? Maybe I'll do this en français. How about that? Maybe I should do this whole thing en français so that I don't have to stumble on my English so much. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so guys, let's grab this HB, though I will recommend anybody who's got an H out there to use an H pencil if they want to go very lightly at first. But HB is great. So this is HB as well, what I'm holding up here. This is a number 2 pencil, which is another word for HB. But the reason why I like working with something like a jumbo is because, you know, I sharpen these with a box cutter, and that allows me to have more lead exposed, and then I can really go with broad strokes. Now, let's not forget something. When I draw in a moleskin, it's sort of padded, you know, underneath my page, and I don't like that because I cannot really achieve a much darker result like the way I want. So what I do is I use my little clipboard here that I've had for years. It's plastic, and it's actually pretty perfect for the format of the moleskin because it's pretty much the same. This is more of a letter format, like American letter. My moleskin is A4, but it's very close, right? So I'm putting this right underneath the page on which I'm going to draw. Why do I do this? Because it provides a very hard surface right underneath. And I'm so particular about this that I usually use a little bit of washi tape. We're big fans here, right, Nora? Oh yeah, oh yeah. This little tape, I put it maybe at the bottom right here so that my paper just doesn't move from this clipboard. So if I were to show you, okay, let me switch cameras. If I were to show you on camera here, you see this little piece of washi tape that kind of secures the paper on the clipboard. And now, let me see if I'm, okay, this seems to be the right way to go, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna do this en français, okay? On va commencer. Okay, HB for the Faber-Castell. Let me see. You know what I didn't tell you is whether we have underneath this video, if we have any promo. Buy 2+ France classes and get 20% off with code crosshatching. Oh my goodness, this is great, Sketchy. You get 20% off if you buy 2 or more classes by me. So I'm pretty happy about that. So if you guys want to explore cross hatching, or maybe if you want to get better at drawing beards, who knows? You know, you might have something that you want to work on. Eyes, glasses. Glasses are a little tricky always. So 20% off for two or more. Okay. Also, if you're wondering, the link for the reference photo is underneath this, and the Drawing with France group, which is on Sketchy Art School, is also linked. Okay, guys. So you know me. I think a better drawing is started loosely. So I'm going to stand a little bit here to do my preliminary proportions, okay? So I've got my reference photo of John Lewis on my iPad, which I like having close by. And I'm gonna do the preliminary sketch. I don't want to draw something too gigantic today, because if I do, it's gonna take more than an hour, and you know me, I'm perfectly okay with not finishing and walking away. So here I'm just establishing where things are, you know, already bringing the ear, kind of getting an idea, and also loosening my hand a little. I'm trying to get this right. Okay, so if the ear is here, John's eyes will be... I'm drawing a line across here. That's because I want the eyes to be in the right spot. Okay. Oh my gosh, Wendy, thank you for asking. Margaret, you're here. Hi. Wendy, how's the kitty cat? Great news. The kitty cat is lying on the couch right in front of me there with my daughter. So she is acclimating. What, Nora? Oh, she's dreaming. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the nose, if you take a look at where the lobe of John Lewis's ear is, like the end, and you draw a line that is parallel to the one I just drew, this is where his nose is. You know, you have to do these little things that help with proportions. Again, this is all very preliminary and loose and very helpful, really. Okay, so right there we already have a little bit of an idea where we're going. Let me see if I can... Now, why did I stand? Standing is helping me getting a better bird's eye view over my drawing at first. Once I've got that kind of established, I can, you know, breathe and sit back down. Okay. Hola, Zach. How are you? So good to see you here. To see you here. Okay. Yes. So Cindy, that's a good question. Do I always do it like this, or do I draw features? It's a mix of both, and you will see that as I start drawing the features, they will also continue reinforcing where things are. So today I'm starting more like this. I think, Cindy, if I had done this in pen, like, you know, a ballpoint pen, I would have started with the details. I would have started with the eye, then I would have moved on to the eyebrow, then it would have been the nose, and it would have grown like this. That's more my approach with pen, strangely enough. But with pencil, I'm feeling a little freer. Also, you know, having the luxury of the eraser just sort of, you know, relaxes me quite a bit. So, okay, let me try not to mess up really the shape of his nose. We're going to get back to this. You see that the way I made this dark, this is not going to work according to the photo, because the photo has a lot of light on the edge of his face. So, oh, you know what I should have here is an eraser from, like, you know, even though these are disposable, I'm really not getting my vocab right in English today. I was going to say jetable. These are disposable, but I love the eraser at the end of these things. I always reload them from the bottom. I love these because they're O9s. Right, Nora? Those number 2? Yeah, they're great. Yeah. Okay, so let me try to do this right. If, let's say, underneath the jaw is right about here. This could be right. Chin could be here. Okay, so maybe the mouth here is just about right. And again, keep in mind that the outline of his face is going to be much lighter than this, okay? All right. I'm so glad all of you are here. Okay. Okay. I don't know if, those of you from Europe, if you've heard a lot about John Lewis and the history of, desegregation here in the United States. I know I did when I was in France because I studied American history in college, so it was all part of what I did. So I'm kind of taking it for granted, but I don't know how much of that is taught in European schools now. It's been a while for me. I need to ask my nephew. He just got his baccalaureate, the French equivalent of the Abitur, those of you who are German. He just got his bac. Well, which was contrôle continu this year, those of you who know what that entails. Okay, this could work. I might have to do a little bit more work for the bottom of his, his face here, okay? Okay. That's a good point, Cindy. I hope they name that bridge after him. Wouldn't that be amazing? Okay, so again, kind of juggling back and forth with the pen, because all these lines here, I'm not hesitant to erase them a little bit because they are going to be so light. And I'm going to feel the need to probably darken the area around his face so his face is very well defined against, the background. Okay. Interesting, Andy. It's interesting you should say this. One of my colleagues who is an English teacher considers To Kill a Mockingbird to be, unfortunately, a little, I don't know, that's her opinion, outdated in the curriculum, meaning, the whole white savior story should really be updated by now. And, she might have a point. I don't know, but these are all things that are kind of coming out now of everything that's happening. Okay, I don't want to turn this into a political discussion. I'm sorry. Just an interesting. It's a really interesting topic, though. I'm a big fan of American history myself. Did you guys know that I did not go to school for art? I actually studied English and American history in college. I did my master's in American social studies. Okay, I don't know why this bottom of the face is taking me longer than I thought, but okay. All right, so here's what I think I'd like to do. I'm going to grab my 6B, okay. Alrighty. I'm glad we took great. It's a great excuse to get even more educated over things that you know, maybe we wouldn't know at first. Okay, so now I'm in 6B, guys. I'm going in, okay? As you know, because I'm right-handed, I will have more of a tendency to draw from west to east, from left to right. Okay, don't be too surprised by that. That's just a habit. And what I'd like to do before anything else is this is not the edge of his face. This is the background starting. Okay. Yeah. One thing I can say about growing up in France, Ute, is that of all my years of schooling in France, I had to wait until my second year of university until I took a North African literature class to be introduced to North African French-speaking francophone literature. There was zero moment in my entire schooling in France when writers from Africa, from our former colonies, were ever introduced. It was all basically very French-centric. We did not even talk about literature even from Quebec or anything outside of the boundaries of France. And it's mind-blowing to think about it. I mean, boy, did we read Voltaire and, you know, Rousseau and Rabelais, and I love these guys, don't get me wrong, you know, but boy, the lack of exposure to the rest of the Francophone world was just seriously appalling, period, right? Appalling. And same thing with music, you know, when you know the amazing music that comes, let's say, you know, from Quebec, right? I listen now to a lot of artists from Quebec. They're absolutely unknown in France, or if they are exposed, you know, in the French media, it's always with this sort of how can I call it, this condescendence that French people have towards people from Quebec that I find just absolutely outrageous when I think the music from there is so good. I mean, look at Marie-May. Is she known in France? Don't know. Anyway, I'm going off topic, guys. All this to say that I think in France we're very French-centric. All right. All right. No, Chris. No, Antonine Maillet. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of background here. I'm realizing actually that I'm kind of fussing with it, where I can really go broad with this particular pencil and not worry about, you know, being too clean. One thing that I don't want to mess up for sure is the shape of the head. But at the same time, I need to relax and move, okay? Because unless I, you know, delineate this face with the background, we won't be able to have this amazing light that is right at the edge of his face. Okay. I love simple plans, Zach. You know me, right? Yep. Simple plan. band from Quebec. What's the name of the lead singer? Pierre Bouvier, I think. Yes, les trois accords, Louise. I love them. Cœur de pirate, Robert Charlebois. Love these people. Okay, so again, drawing a line here to allow me to then bring the background. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? This is just so I have a better contrast between the background and the head itself. It's funny, I'm starting with the outside. Right? Yeah, Simple Planner from Quebec, guys. Isn't that cool? All right, trying to get to the top of the skull without moving my... You know what? I have to move it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm moving it. I'm moving this so that I can do this a little more comfortably. Ah, there we go. All right. You know, when I draw, my paper gets moved around quite a bit. Am I still in the frame here? Hope so. Yes. All right. Trying to use the broadest side of my graphite here. Wow. I'm really using my pencil or the stick of graphite as parallel to the paper as possible. Okay. All right. So now I have a little bit of a background. Okay. Oh no, they do break in half, don't they, Cynthia? I'm sorry. Oh, I have a 9B too somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I guess that's what you had, right? I wish I could just hand it to you, Cynthia. Okay. Andy, I really like what you're saying here. Okay, I haven't really gone into the head itself. You know what? Just let me go with HB at first, which kind of provides me with an undercoat. Let's identify where the reflections of light are going to be. There's one here. There's definitely one on the edge of the head right back there. and all around almost. So right now my HB seems very gray compared to the dark that I was able to achieve with the 6B. I like it though. Okay. You know, Cynthia, your graphite that broke in half, you can buy one of those things that when your when your pencils get so small, you can make them longer by putting them in these things, and then they just give them the usual length. I don't know what they're called, like pencil lengtheners or something like that. And that will continue the life of any piece of, you know, any piece of pencil. Like I have some in my jar here that are so tiny. They're not even 2 centimeters long. And they're kind of doomed unless I use one of those things. The thing is, I never bought one. But I know people who have and are very happy about them. Okay, covering ground here. And also really observing the fact that right there, for example, on top of John Lewis's face, we have quite a bit of light. So I don't want to cover this in pencil. Okay, you see where I am here, right there? And also in the front. Okay, so let me try to delineate this. Like this, okay? This doesn't have to be pretty for now. We are just putting a layer. Here is the problem sometimes with putting a layer like this. What I'm doing is it will, extenders, thank you, Louise. That's exactly what they're called. Yeah, the problem with doing what I'm doing to an extent is you are making it slippery to come back later with your darker graphite. That's the only thing that I could say is a little bit of a drawback, but it's not a huge deal. And just so everybody knows, I have the Muppet connection, the Rainbow Connection by the Muppets stuck in my head. I wanted to share that with everybody. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of eye in there. So I just realized today something I didn't know was that John Lewis was born in 1940 in the middle of World War II. Which is exactly the age of my stepfather. He was born in 1940 as well. I'm really not doing things in the usual order that I do things, but I'm not worried about that. Do you know how much I love drawing ears? Ears are so fun to draw. Okay, is everybody doing all right? I hope this is not too much at a slant. You can still see, okay? Right. Oh, thank you, Anthony, for all the details about the pencil extenders. I'm telling you, I'm in limited English today. Don't know why. Why is that, Nora, that some days my vocab is just not flowing? Don't know either. I would suggest to anyone who wants to get better at drawing ears to make pages of them. Just have a sketchbook. How about, you know, a moleskin or something? And Jenny, you're with me? Okay. Should we start humming the Rainbow Connection? Yeah, I suggest that you guys do ears and ears and ears. You will not regret it. It's a great exercise. How does the song start with, Nora? What is the first lyric? Wow, you know all the lyrics, Nora. You did it in what grade? Second grade. With Mrs. King? So that shadow behind the ear is very stark. So I'm kind of going to town. And guys, today I have to really leave at 1 because I have a baby shower to go to. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? Yeah. Good, see, that's what I want to hear. You have a huge moleskin, great, and been drawing a page full of ears. That's it, that's the way to do it. Yay. Ears are hard, of course, that's why they're fun, right? So look at what happens here in the back. The light is making the contour of the face. So I'm not bringing this shading to the edge. I'm staying away from the edge and doing it this way. And this is how we're going to convey the volume of his skull. Did you also know that John Lewis served in Congress, in the House of Representatives? Congress is another word for parliament, really. It could be called parliament, but in the US it's called Congress. Since 1987. That's a long political career right there in the House of Representatives. Coming right up to the edge almost here. Okay. I have not even gone to the eyes. Did you notice? It's like I'm ignoring the fact that they're there still. We'll get there. Right now I'm kind of shading now for a second time because I'm going over what I did in HB with my 6B graphite. I think I'm gonna need a little piece of paper here so I'm a little more. So these lines here is just to reinforce what I'm doing and to really get deep into the dark values, okay, right behind his ear, and make it look, you know, like rounded. I'm going to try to follow the comments a little bit, okay? Okay. Oh wow, this is great. Congressman from South Carolina. Very cool. Okay, so you see what's happening here in the back of the head. We're trying to convey that volume. But I'm really going slow here, I realize. Slowly, rather, if I were to use a proper adverb. Okay. Use my eraser. Is everybody doing okay? Why didn't you use the black and white filter? Wouldn't it be easier? I'm not sure what filter we're talking about here. Can you be more precise? I'm not sure what filter we're referring to. Have a filter? Oh, you mean on the photo perhaps? Maybe that's what you mean. To make my photo black and white first? Maybe that could help. Yeah, no doubt. I love the exercise of going from a color photo to a black and white drawing personally. That's part of the challenge for me. I like that a lot. Okay. All right. Why don't I try to place the eyebrow. Here, okay. Now we're going to get into the eyes. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so to convert uh, the original photo to black and white would be great, but I don't feel that it's necessarily something that helps me. I really like having to, you know, to find a solution to convert it in my on the paper itself. I like that better. In other words, I like the work, I guess you can say. Okay, we're going to try to make this eye as realistic as we can, making it look like John Lewis. Okay, you see now I've got an eye. And no, I never blend with tortillon, Cindy. I never use blenders with graphite. I don't really like the very smooth look of a blended graphite portrait, personally. It doesn't really grab me. I prefer a sketchier look where you see the hand, where the hand has worked, and maybe with a few mistakes, but I like that better. And I'm the same way in Procreate. I never use the blending tool, ever. Blurring or blending, I guess it's called. So my blending tool is the pencil, I guess, to an extent. By using it so flat on the paper itself, it really does. And yes, Anthony, it's called smudge. Okay, thanks. Just goes to show how little I use that feature. Still have the rainbow connection, guys. It's still there. Okay, we still have a way to go, which means I may not be able to finish it right here in front of you today. It'll be something, but it won't be finished, I don't think. I don't see that happening right now. It'll take a while. See, I have a lot to cover, and nothing is flat. There's a lot of bumps. It's a face. It's full of bumps. I agree with you, Cindy. You say working in graphite is underappreciated. Probably. I know that's my weapon of choice. It really is. Always has been. Oh, I did not finish this shadow under the lobe of his ear. Okay. Right. It's funny how on such a smooth surface, like a Moleskine page, how much effort you have to put in to get that, to get the dark, to really, really come up as dark. It's pressure, just pressure on the paper. See what I'm doing here? Pressure. Yeah. Maybe I should clean up this line a tiny bit here. This is the line of his collar. Right there. Yeah, just to achieve this very dark background, I'm really pressing hard on my graphite there. Whoops. Let me hope that I'm getting this right. I think so. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have 5 more minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, did I, Zach? The first lesson you gave me about shading was stop smudging everything with your finger. Yes, I guess that's just it's just one way. I mean, really, that's how I avoid doing like very like perfectly smudged results. I don't like those. I like seeing the pencil stroke, right? It's the good stuff. Maybe smudging is more of a charcoal thing. Okay, we are getting close to the end, and I told you I'm gonna have to run at 1 because I have a baby shower. It's not every day that I have a baby shower to attend. It's gonna be a little bit of a socially distant one, where hopefully we will all be outside and again, baby showers is not something I had ever heard of in France or in Europe. It was very new to me coming to this country. So you see, I'm revisiting what I've already done and adding this volume, these darker areas, the darker values that make it, you know, um, something rounded. There's so much more to be done that I have not gone to yet. With your permission, though, I will. You're welcome, Andy. I really appreciate you being here again. With your permission, I will post this in Drawing with France in the group, on Sketchy Art School a little later when I come back tonight and work on this some more. I will feel a lot better about posting that than obviously this halfway done um, drawing that I have here. It's really not how I would like to post anything, to tell you the truth. So I'm gonna work on this a little more. Maybe I'm gonna have to put in another, knowing me, probably 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes, yeah, to get to something that I feel is finished-ish. Okay, so right now I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me just bring a tiny bit more here. Okay, that's just a tiny bit better like this. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to go as far as I wanted. Um, and I'm really happy that you guys were here. I will finish this. It's not going to be very complicated. Again, it's just a matter of playing around with the values a lot, continuing with the 6B, really great 6B stick of graphite that just delivers. Again, it was a Faber-Castell 6B that I was using today. I encourage you to get your hands on those because you can really have fun with the side here and really go broad. Okay, everybody, I have to go, but hopefully I will see what you drew, whether you used Procreate, right? Jenny, I can't wait to see what you did in Procreate, whether you heeded my recommendation or not, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I have to leave it at this. Okay, it's very much unfinished, but at least, I got what, 70% done, just about. I cannot wait to go into all the finer details of Mr. Lewis's face, and I will post as soon as I can. Okay? Yeah, I think, yeah. And you also need another hour. And really, I think at the end of the day, as long as I get you started, I'm really happy about that. Ok, de rien, Cathy. Have a great evening as well. Passez une bonne soirée. Bonne soirée, everybody. Thank you. And you know, we're doing this again next week. Maybe in Procreate, maybe in Pen. I'm not sure. But, you know, who knows? We're still in 30 Faces, 30 Days. And don't forget, with the code crosshatching, you can grab any two of my classes or plus for 20% off at Sketchy. Okay, everyone, I'm about to sign off. It's been fun, and I'm sorry that I didn't quite finish, but I'm gonna get back to it a little later. Okay, enjoy your day, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for those of you who followed this from like the wee hours of the night. This is so appreciated. Besos, abrazos. Okay. Au revoir, everyone. I'll see you soon, okay? All right. Bye.